Hi there, my name is Mary and I've been asked to come and talk to you today a little bit about what it looks like to model Jesus' welcome and service as we work. Some of you will know me as working for Central, which I do. I run the CAP Debt Centre here, but for the last 15 years or so I've also worked for the NHS as a nurse. Now, it feels like quite an interesting time to be talking about work, because for many of us, the workplace is quite a difficult place to be just now. I know that in the NHS, things have never been so pressurised, and morale is really, really low. And every time you switch on the news, you hear about different workplaces and different groups of workers on strike for different reasons and at different times. It's not an easy time to be at work. But what does it look like to follow Christ in the midst of all this anger and uncertainty in the workplace? So we have a gem of a piece of scripture that speaks into this. Colossians 3 verse 23. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. I'll read that again. As working for the Lord and not for human masters. I am not working for the government. I'm not working for the NHS. I'm not working for my bosses or even my patients. I am working for the Lord, and He has an inheritance stored up for me. I don't know about you, but that feels like something real, something tangible that I can hold on to in this difficult season. As I hold on to that truth, I can feel some of the resentment start to slip away. As nurses and many other key workers, the clap in the first lockdown has left a bit of a bitter taste in many of our mouths. It was well-intentioned and at first appreciated, but as conditions have worsened and our cries for help, it feels like, are being ignored. It has left a bitter taste in our mouths. But knowing that we are working for the Lord and not for our human masters, whilst it doesn't lessen the pressures we face in any way, it doesn't take the stress away, and it doesn't mean that we shouldn't strike, it does help me to do so with less bitterness, and that really does help. God is not clapping half-heartedly. He sees and He knows. And in terms of how we offer Jesus welcome and service at work, to do so without bitterness will feel quite radical in some of our workplaces just now, and will make a real difference to our colleagues. So maybe take some time to share honestly how you're feeling about work right now. Is it a positive place or somewhere that's difficult to go? What would it look like for those of you who work to take the attitude as working for the Lord and not for human masters? What difference would that make